What's up guys, Lethal Leslie here, and I'm back with episode 3 of Rags to Riches, a trading road to glory. Now this is a big episode because we're moving on to our first investments. We've finally sold everything from the last episode, which we're going to go through in a second. And in this episode what we have planned is our first big investments, guys, for one to watch, maybe a bit of inform investing as well, depending on how far we can spread our coins. And then we're going to be building our first starter team. We will be using some loanees, we will be buying some players, and hopefully then we can start playing some games and earning ourselves some rewards. So obviously from the last episode I said I'm always going to try and start it if I'm selling stuff. I have sold a lot of stuff that we packed from all the hybrid nations, hybrid leagues and nations. If you want to go and see everything we packed and sold to get this 150k, go and check out the last episode. And this is the stuff that's still here. Obviously I had to clear some of it out, I believe, because I had more than 100 items, but this is anyway what we've sold. I tried to keep a lot of the more high valued stuff. We got a decent few bits and bobs, but we were kind of shafted really. We didn't get anything too amazing, to be honest with you. We were hoping for a lot better. We get, yeah, so you know, you can see we've had a few decent sales here, and then we're down to just the ones, like the ones I've literally just sold last hour kind of thing. And we also sold some of our consumables. We'll hopefully get them back. I'm not one to always sell my consumables, to be honest, but right now I thought, why not? We're getting 800 for the squad fitnesses, which is pretty awesome as well. And that is what we've sold. So let's go ahead and clear everything we've sold. A few bits and bobs here as well, which I'm probably just going to send back to the club now. It's always nice to have a few bits and bobs in the club. We're going to keep the squad fitnesses because we're going to definitely go ahead and sell them again. So we'll send all this stuff to the club. Just bear with me 1 second. And we'll start talking about investments. It's time to go for investments. I'm looking forward to getting our first investments and hopefully making some money in a couple of days with one to watch. So we have 3 squad fitnesses left. We're going to go ahead and list them again for another hour. Sweet, that's that done. And now we're going to go into our first investment. So there's a few players I'm going to talk about that I'm going to be picking up as my investments. And the first one I'm going to go for, and this is my #1 pick, probably the one I'm going to go hardest in than most investments in this guy, and it's going to be Richarlison. And I fancy him very strongly to get a one to watch for Everton. He seems like a perfect low-rated Premier League candidate. And also the reason I think he's going to go up, his normal gold card is obviously what we're investing in, guys. And the reason I think he's going to go up is because he is a left mid from the Premier League that is Brazilian. So for all these hybrid nations in the SBC section, a lot of them are Richarlison's going to be good for. And that's the reason I'm deciding to pick him up for these. So what I'm going to be doing is obviously trying to bin snipe him. He's going for 1800. I'm happy to pick him up for 1700 or less. And I'm going to just try and pick up as much as possible. You know, 1600 till we get him perfect. And yeah, just get a really solid investment in Richarlison. And, you know, maybe go for around 30, 40 of him. He's going to be one of our big investments early on. And then we'll probably move on to a few other ones. Obviously, I'm not going to do that all right now. I'll, you know, see if we can get 1 or 2 now. And then I'll come back probably off camera to make the rest of the investment, guys, so that you guys don't got to sit here for 3 hours or something, whatever it takes for me to get this Richarlison at the right price. And we picked up one anyway, and I'm going to go ahead and talk about the next investment we're going to be making. And this one is not going to be half as heavy as the Richarlison investment, but I'm thinking around 10 of this guy, and it's going to be Max Meyer. And the reason I'm picking him up is no one really talking about this bloke, but I think there's a chance he's going to get a one to watch card, and he is so cheap. He's German playing abroad as well, so he's always going to have a little bit of value. And as you can see, this guy is going for around 900 coins. So we're not really going to lose any coins on him, even less, 850. I think around that is what we're going to pay. We'll probably pay 900 or 850 for him anyway. As you can see, he's going for 900, so 850 we'll try and pick him up for. We might be able to even sell him on for a bit of profit then. 800 for that one. We miss out on that one as well, guys. And the reason I'm going for him, like I said, is I do fancy him to get some informs. Not some informs, a one to watch, sorry. He's a very nice card. Like, he's got high profile in Germany. He's a Premier League, not top Premier League team. So, you know, they do like to give them to other people. He's a big signing for Palace as well. We get another 2 there. That's awesome. And yeah, so he's a big signing for Palace as well. And I just think he is going to be a bit of a wild card kind of thing. He's a little bit, like, he's the long shot is what I'm trying to say, basically. And I want to have 10 of him, even though it's not really going to be much of a risk at all, considering the fact I'll easily be able to sell them on for around 900 and probably make a profit on him, even if he doesn't make it, considering I'm picking them up for around 800 coins as well. So yeah, I'll be able to make a bit of profit on him. He's risk-free. And I think 10 of these at around, you know, only about a 10k outlay could mean some really, really good turnaround. Another thing you might want to do is when they drop on Fridays, have a look for him, because I'm sure he'll stay cheap for a little bit, and you'll be able to pick some up even after the drop and make a bit of profit on there. So we're going to go and put him on the transfer list. Let's go talk about the next one we're going to be going for, and that is the Chelsea goalkeeper Kepa. He's a big signing, the most expensive keeper of all time, so you know he's got a very good chance of making it into this one to watch in my opinion, and I don't believe he's going for too much either. So, you know, that makes it a really, really tasty investment. And the fact he's Spanish, playing abroad, good rated, not too expensive, he's definitely a good candidate, in my opinion, for a one to watch and for a card that'll go up if it gets a one to watch. So I'm going to try and pick him up, I think about 3k or less is going to be my number. And we might look to pick around 10 of these as well. Like, that will be a 30k investment, so it will be a pretty deep investment in Kepa. But I do fancy him to definitely get a one to watch, and if he does get a one to watch, I think it could be a really, really decent buy. So we managed to get our first one for 3k there. Can we get another one for 3k? We miss out on that one, guys. Anyway, Kepa out of the way. I'm going to go to Malcolm next. This guy is also a guy that's going to go in our starter squad. So Malcolm, there he is, and he's only about, is he 6, 7k? Let's try 7k. He's not. Is he 8k now? Okay, so Malcolm is around 8k. I'm thinking about picking up 2 or 3 of him. Not too much, really. I think he's got a high chance of getting a one to watch because of the situation in Barcelona and the way that they didn't buy too many players in the summer. So I think he's really a good candidate for a one to watch for Barca. He's not really a marquee signing, but, you know, I'm definitely picking one up for the squad and maybe 1 or 2 for the watch list as well. Can we get this Malcolm here? I'd like to pick at least a 1 up now because he's going straight in the squad. So I want to make sure I have him already. He is first owner as well. I was hoping he's first owner because we want him first owner for the squad, guys. And in he goes to the squad that we'll be building just a little bit later on. And yeah, that's Malcolm out of the way. And the last one I want to talk about, and this is one, to be honest, I'm not even sure if I'm going to pick up anymore. It's Quincy Promes, guys. Honestly, I wanted to get this guy so much at 20k because I just knew he was going to be a bargain at 20k. And, you know, he's 38k now. But I think he feels like a really solid candidate for a one to watch card. And, you know, he would make it great into our squad as well. I'd just love to have this guy in our squad. And the jury's out on him. I'm not sure yet. I'm still not sure. I'd love to have him in the starter squad. I'd love to also just, you know, make a bit of coins on him if he got a one to watch. But we are not sure. So Promes, the jury's still out on Promes. We ain't sure about him at all. So anyway, the next one I want to talk about investment-wise is probably the only inform I'm going to actually invest in. It's going to be Granit Xhaka. He is definitely the best inform to invest in my opinion. So that's the reason he's going to be like the only one I'm really going for. You can get him for around 15k, and I am looking to pick up maybe just not too much, maybe 3 or 4 of him, maybe 5. You know, because if you pick up 5 of him, that's 75k investment, and we still need a little bit of coins to make for our starter squad. So, you know, the starter squad is going to be a little bit tough, a little bit cheap in that respect. So it's going to be like a hard starter squad to make if we spend too much coins on Granit Xhaka's. So we're going to go for 15k or less, maybe even 14,750 or less for Xhaka, and see if we can get a few of them, because the team of the week is changing today. So if you're going to make your team of the week investments, it's actually before, right now I'll tell you exactly what time it is. Oh, it's actually just gone 3 o'clock. So I could see the team of the week. Bear with me, 2 seconds. So I've just checked out team of the week, and my God, that is an amazing centre-back, Hernandez, coming out. That is going to be so sick. It's got 84 pace, 84 defending, and 80 physical. And yeah, that's amazing. The Atletico Madrid fullback it is. He's had an inform at centre-back. It looks absolutely fantastic, guys. Let's see if we can get ourselves our Granit Xhaka in as well. Might even put Xhaka in the starter squad. I don't know if he'll do a job there, really. Not really my kind of player, to be honest, probably out. Can we get one? We do get one for 14,750. Just, you know, for the visuals kind of thing. We definitely will be picking up more than one of him. And yeah, so that is it. They're the people we want to be buying. We've picked up everyone we want to buy really now. So we can have a little look at the people we're going for here. Xhaka, like I said, the informed. Kepa. We got a few Max Myers. And we've got a Richarlison on here. So what don't we have yet? We still want to get ourselves a few more. Oh no, the Malcolm's in the club. So I don't think I'm going to go for Promes. So we've got everything we're going to get. We're going to obviously invest so much more in these players. But first of all, before I go and invest the rest of my cards, the rest of my coins in these players, we're going to go and have a look at the starter squad. So it's time to make our first squad on the game this year, and we definitely have a few decent players to start us off straight away. We will be using as much loans as possible, just because we want to get the loans out of the way. I don't even want them in the front of my club for the rest of the year. They can get so annoying, and yeah, that's the reason mainly why I'm going to do that. So we're going to start with a Premier League team, possibly, because we have two really nice Premier League players already. We managed to pack Fred in episode 1, if you remember. Absolutely insane card. Looks so good. And we also got Kasper Schmeichel in yesterday's episode, so he's going to go in goal for us. And then we're going to have a look what we've got in loanees for the Prem. So you can see we've already got a couple of decent loanee Prem players there. We'll go ahead and look what else we've got from the Premier League. So we're going to swap players here and look for the League Premier League and search. What do we have here? We have Son, who can come in. We have Salah, we have Eriksen, who will definitely work in midfield. We have De Gea, who I'll probably use just at the start, just to use up his games, to be honest with you. Or might use him to link with some Spanish defenders, maybe. We'll also bring Mbappe onto the bench because he's insane. We'll put a few of these players in. So Eriksen, we have him for 5 games. Salah and Son can stay on the bench for now, and they'll probably just come off the bench in the games, or maybe I'll sub one of them up top. Okay, so this is what we've got as a base from the starter squad. We'll just be keeping it like this. We're going to probably buy the rest of the players for this team, and then obviously we'll use a fitness squad. Will be just a bunch of loanees or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. So there's one player I'm definitely bringing in this straight away, and it is going to be Ricardo Pereira. He's actually another potential one-to-watch target that I like. So he's, he's actually on my list down here. I had a list of the ones I wanted to maybe get my hands on, and he was on here. So he's definitely coming in. I don't know how much he's going for right now, but let me go to concepts. Oh, there you go. It says continue, go back to player search, continue search for concepts. There we go. So we're going to put Ricardo Pereira in our team. He's 100% going to be in this team for a long time. I like using this card. I've already used him about 3 or 4 times in draft already. He's really good. As for the centre-backs, this is a bit of an issue. I would have liked Renato Sanchez. He was the one I really had my eye on as centre-backs, but I don't think we're going to be able to get him because I think he's up to like 40k extinct. We will have a look what he's going for though. David Luiz is a definite possibility. I played a lot with David Luiz in draft as well, and I like him, so he's a possible good candidate to come in first. We'll also have a look at Eric Bailly, not instead of Ricardo Pereira, not instead of Michael Schmeichel. We'll put Bailly on the bench for now, and even Chris Smalling is an option. I see a lot of people saying Chris Smalling is decent this year, and his stats don't look half bad at all. So we'll go ahead and put Chris Smalling on our bench as well as an option for a cheaper option. So let's have a look at Sanchez for starters. What's he going for? Man's 40k. He's extinct, guys. Too expensive for us right now. David Luiz, on the other hand, is around 8k, so he's in. Ricardo Pereira is going for around... He's over 10k right now, but I want Ricardo Pereira. He might get a one to watch as well. And he's a really good player in the game. Anyway, Sanchez comes out. Eric Bailly, what's he going for? He is going for around the 20k mark. Yeah, I think we might stretch to Eric Bailly. We'll see. Or do we just go for Chris Smalling and give him a go? Smaldinho. FIFA 17 Smaldinho returning. Do you know what? I'm going to go for Smaldinho. Gives us a bit more investment money. And we'll get rid of these two because we've made our decisions for the defence. As for the left back, there's only one option really that I'd like to go for, and that would be Andy Robson. I think he's the best of the lot here, really. And I'm a Liverpool fan, of course, so I'd like to use him as well and try him out. So yeah, Andy Robson's going to fit in at left back for us. And then it's just the more important positions. Obviously, we're not 100% on the formation, but I may change formation in game. I'll set all my formations and stuff like that 100% for when I play games. And, that'll be a massive difference. So the formation we're probably going to want to play is a narrow formation with 2 strikers. So, to be honest, I'm probably going to drop Sané for Son to start with, because Son is someone who can play up top and do bits. Mahrez can play as our cam. I'll play these two in midfield, centre mid. I'll show you what the team will look like when we're playing in-game with it. And then we'll go ahead and have a look for... We need another striker, but also another centre mid here as well. So that's a bit tough. I might move Eriksen and put him in striker. I'll put him as a centre forward. Then again, I'd have to change his position to do that, which is something I definitely don't want to do. I don't want to spend a card on Eriksen, to be honest with you. Let's have a look what we got in the Premier League anyway as concepts. See what our options are up front. Lacazette looks decent as the striking version. Okay, so I've come to the decision that I'm actually going to start a couple of strikers up top here that are not really going to play the games. I'm probably going to sub them off. I'm going to use the loan cards like Mbappe up top, and you know, Salah can come on up top, and other cards like that I've got in the club for starters, and that's what I'm going to deal with. That's how I'm going to deal with the bad striker situation, because, you know, I need to get as meta a team out there as possible. If I want to win in Foot Rivals, we all know it doesn't work if you've got really bad players. So we're going to go ahead and go to concepts on the Premier League strikers, and we'll probably just pick up the 2 most rubbish strikers we can, because they're going to be coming off straight away. Actually, I'll check this Jimenez. He looks pretty cool, and see what he's going for. If he's really cheap, I'll bring him on, and I will pair him with, who's the lucky number 2? It's going to be someone pretty cool, but also rubbish. I think we'll go for, let me have a look on this page. Oh, Danny Ings looks okay. We'll go for Toty, guys. That's who I'm going to pair up with him. He actually does have a really solid shot, so if he ends up getting a shot before the substitute happens, then at least he has a chance of scoring it. So we have these, what is it, 6 players here to buy, so I'm going to go ahead and buy them now, and that'll be our starter squad for us to play some Foot Rivals games and maybe get us to have some rewards for the series, guys. So that is the players bought. I'm just going to show you what the backline cost us. It was 8.2 for Robson. Smaldinho's cost us 3.4k. David Luiz cost us 7.5k. And Ricardo Pereira cost us 9.9k. I'm not sure about what I want on them yet, as in chem style wise, so I'll definitely be picking some up at some point for sure, but we'll hold off for that for now. I'll play a few games first. The 2 strikers cost us 450 a piece, so they cost us almost nothing, to be honest with you. And then we also are bringing on Milinkovic-Savic onto the bench, because he's going to be getting subbed on with either Mbappe or Salah at the start of the game, depending on the. So I'm going to show you how the game's going to be set when we go into it, just so you guys can understand exactly what I'm saying here. So when the game rolls up, obviously I will change my formation to this by using the new tactics and stuff like that. And then I will go ahead and, yeah, go back onto it, hopefully. I'll go ahead and do some subs. So I'll put Sonaldo up top. He will come on with, say, Mohamed Salah up top. And then I'll put Milinkovic-Savic on for Toty. And I'll put Eriksen on, Mahrez even, into that cam spot. And this is what I'll be running, something like this, depending on how I'm feeling. So this will get like full counting game then, which should be nice. And I think it's a pretty decent squad to play for as long as we can until we start losing these loan players. So we're getting a good taste out of them as well to see who we like in the game, things like that. And, you know, also getting a good try on our Fred. And we've got pretty solid defence there, in my opinion, for a first squad. So I'm pretty happy with it, to be honest with you. And so, yeah, this is what the team's going to look like in games. And I'm going to be playing some rival games off camera so that hopefully we can get some rewards if I get some time later on today. Because I'm also doing another set of videos on how to make 1 million coins in 10 days. So I'm busy doing that as well. So hopefully I can get some games in on the account anyway. And earn us some rewards so we can open something decent, guys. Anyway, so that being said, that's near the end of the episode now. I also have, we can see we have 92k there to reinvest and put our first big investments into these players you are seeing here. So go and do the same if you're going to do something similar and looking to follow the Trade to Glory on. Put some investments in. Obviously, I don't know if any of these guys are going to be one to watch it, so you need to take that into consideration if you do decide to take the leap and put some money into this as well, some coins into this. It's definitely a risk, guys, so you need to recognise that and choose to take that risk yourself if you are going to go and invest. So I'm going to go and put more money on coins even into the rest of these now, spend that 92k on these, then I'm going to be smashing some Rivals games, and hopefully we'll have some rewards, and I'll show you all the investments I made at the start of next episode. And, you know, we're getting close to one to watch, so hopefully we're going to make a lot of coins when it drops, guys. I'm going to leave this one here anyway. If you like the video, subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks for watching, as always, and take it easy.